Would you be able to pay for your health insurance if it shot up by 1,400% overnight? Millions of Americans who rely on federal health care subsidies are facing just that. Gage Golding spoke to a Houston man who desperately needs a double lung transplant who suddenly can't afford his insurance.
How much longer can I sustain like this? I can't tell you.
That's James Bonner, the former NASA astronaut instructor from Sunnyside. He's 64 and he desperately needs a double lung transplant.
What is your outlook?
I'll be helping others from up above.
The good news, that procedure could happen in the next month or so. The bad news, James can't afford his health insurance anymore.
My premiums were $9.06 a month.
In January, what is your premium?
$135.35.
The quick math, that's a near 1,400% increase. So why this big jump all of a sudden? Well, as we said hello to 2026, we said goodbye to affordable health care for millions of Americans. We're talking about the Affordable Care Act. More than 24 million people use the federally subsidized health care. And at the end of 2025, those subsidies ran out. They're a COVID-era tax credit that helped lower the cost. Democrats wanted to extend the subsidies during the federal government shutdown, but Republicans said no. At the end of the day, they were left out of the federal spending bill.
This is something that we should have done. Congress bears a lot of responsibility. I share that, and I believe that we could have done better.
Now, James, he needs to pay his health insurance because if he doesn't, he tells me the hospital has already informed him that they won't move forward with the $2.5 million procedure.
Can you afford to make that payment?
No. I'm on a fixed income. I can't.
Now, here's the dangerous part of this whole thing. James could be one of the estimated 4.8 million Americans that are going to drop their ACA health care this year because they simply can't afford it. Now, James, he's determined to keep his insurance and get the transplant, not only to keep living, but also reap the reward of an experiment, a project that he worked on some 3 decades ago, one that involved sending something called protein crystals to space.
I did the research and come to find out one of the benefits of that technology are one of the anti-rejection drugs for lung transplants. Which I said, well, this obviously God is telling me this is for me.
In Houston, Gage Golding, KPRC 2 News.